This is the first time for me that going viral is a good thing. Being an adult is slowly being eased into a management position you didn't want.
Yeah, now I've been on TikTok for like 2 years, you asshole. Hell.
Like, I put $30 in gas in my car longer than I was married to two different people.
You're a fucking grown man.
Well, you'd think that.
Like,
No.
Oh, Keith, you
Yes, he
mother.
did. Yes, he did.
Hold
You
on.
Yes,
son of a
he did.
I thought we were done with the lesbian discussion.
Keith likes some women like he likes his football jerseys. 4X.
If I had a band name, it might be called Significance Firm.
Like, big girl porn is all interracial. And now, don't get me wrong, that's a good stereotype. Keith, you are an enigma inside of riddle, inside an STD, right?
Welcome to Story, Sports, and Sarcasm Podcast. I'm Keith. I got my friends Jim and Bert. What's going on, guys?
Not much. Weeks kicked my ass. I have. We did our show on Friday. We recorded on Friday. I had a wedding on Saturday. Sunday, of course, I have church, which I have duties there. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And what is this? This is Thursday? Holy shit, it's Thursday. Thursday, I finally told some, like, I was working, and I finally told people, shut up. I just need you to shut up for the next hour, and I'll get some stuff done.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. I worked late every day this week. I've been over at Nathan's house every day helping him. He's pushing hard to finish this bathroom, and I'm exhausted.
That bathroom is like it's taking you longer to do your bathroom than it did for me to do mine. And my bathroom felt like the Civil War, as long as it lasted, and as many casualties as we had.
Yeah, but his house was built during the Civil War also. So
right. Well, there's that.
Unique challenges.
It was damaged by the Confederates. Yeah.
Right. Well, one of the unique challenges is the fact that he'll only work 3 hours a week on it.
Yeah. My sister looked it up. When did the Civil War end? I feel like it was like 10 years after the Civil War was ended.
1865 is when Lincoln was assassinated. So I think it was 1866 is when the war was officially ended.
So I think his house was built maybe in the 1870s, 1880s, something like that. Yeah, it was, maybe it was a little newer than that. Anyway, wasn't long after the
built by Roman soldiers.
Yeah.
That's the nails that they nailed Christ with right there.
He doesn't have indoor plumbing. He's got an aquifer coming into the house.
So when you guys go to Lowe's to pick up supplies or Home Depot or wherever it is, does Nate make you pay?
Sometimes he'll say, hey, did you get those fittings for did you get those PEX fittings? Why don't you stop and grab them on your way home from work?
And you hand him the receipt. He's like, thanks, Dad. Crump.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I'd be the same exact way. I wouldn't. Yeah.
So I would too. Absolutely. Yep.
Am I the only one that's a reasonable adult around here?
No.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I mean, it does. What are you guys drinking?
Well, by the way, Keith will be charging his kids prevailing wage to work on their bathroom.
Yeah. He's good. Well, I don't think I ever have to worry about Keith buying a house. Because you got to have a job for more than 3 weeks to buy a house.
Well, he'll just inherit Miranda's when she dies.
There is so many people living in that house that I don't think that's possible.
Maybe that's he's got a long play going on.
He's got a long game.
He's waiting for the guy. Or you, one of them.
Tell her not to get near the steps around him. Just,
Well, the thing is living in that house is Miranda and Pat, Keith, Kyle, Henry, Miranda's parents, Dana, when she comes down, stays over there. I feel like there's more little Keith's girlfriend, and I feel like
baby's mama.
Well, I don't know, because it sounds like they broke up today, which she called me and asked me for advice, and my advice was fucking run and block his phone number. That's my advice. I'm like, you're more than welcome to continue to call us, and you can come here and hang out. The only reason that he comes over is because we invite her over, and she always brings him with her. she's a good kid, and so she called me and she's like, "What do I do?" And it's like, I don't think you want to hear what I think you should do, and that is you should run as fast as you can.
So you should tell her to close the Muffin Shop until he gets himself a job for 6 months, and see if he gets to work.
The Muffin Shop.
No muffins in this shop. It's closed.
Oh,
I don't know. What do you call it? So drinking, right? I'm drinking.
What are you drinking?
Mike's Harder. Yeah, that's right. Mike's Harder. Black cherry. There's one gas station on the way to the camper from my house because it's only 5 miles, and it's the gas station of bad decisions. It's all like malt liquor.
Is that one on the corner?
It's like on a curve.
Oh, see, because you come from the other direction. When I come down by that what seems to be a really nice gas station.
Yeah, it's a Parmar, which is all up and down Ohio. Parmar is this Arab guy that buying up gas stations and cleaning them up. He does a really good job with it.
I shit in the women's room there when I was down there camping. We were leaving, and I told her, I was like, I gotta stop. I gotta go to the bathroom. I went in there, and the men's room was locked, and I'm like, there is no time to waste. They can either deal with me shitting in the women's room or deal with me shitting in between them on the floor. So
Keith identified with shitting in the women's room.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Jim?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm just drinking water. I gotta drive when we're done here. Driving to town.
I'm drinking water too.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure you are. For now.
Yeah.
How many bottles of liquor you got lined up for tonight?
I don't.
Oh. Yeah.
I do have to piss bong this
Release the Kraken.
Right.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
You need we need a little song to play before Keith does the piss bong every week.
Well, you want me to see about having Fiverr write us a piss bong song?
No, I'm just talking like a regular song.
Like piss bong, ba bong bong bong.
Like Back in Black or something really hardcore.
Oh yeah. For whom the bell tolls, you got to play the bells.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It'd be like when Mariano Rivera used to, or he used to, Enter Sandman is what Mariano Rivera used to come out to.
Do like before the Buckeyes kickoff, Bert and I can do the
Seven Nation Army.
Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
All right. Oh yeah, and Bert is bonging a monster. Release the beast.
That's Keith.
Yeah, Keith.
Bert.
Oh yeah, sorry, Keith. Same thing.
Kind of like Keith, but employed, right?
I'm semi-employed.
Semi-retired. Let's not church it up.
Yeah, strictly on water tonight.
Right. Whatever water is in beer and Monster.
Right. Oh, so what are you guys celebrating?
Celebrating.
Yeah.
It's draft day.
NFL draft day.
Yeah.
Cheers to draft day.
Cheers to draft day.
Who do you think's gonna go first?
NFL loves quarterbacks. I think it's going to be Bryce Young. I think Stroud goes fourth. Yeah.
Since we were talking about that in our
whoa, hold on. You just drop that and then walk away. Fourth.
Where do you think Stroud's going to go?
Well, he's got to go 1 or 2. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see.
So Carolina Panthers going first.
Carolina is taking Young or Stroud. They didn't make that trade. I mean, they gave up a lot to get that pick, and they're not going to draft Will Levis from Kentucky with the number 1 pick.
Right.
I mean, he could definitely go to
I'm assuming Will Levis went to Penn State, right?
Kentucky.
He went to Penn State before Kentucky, or no?
I don't know about that.
Because I saw an article, maybe it was one they put in the group chat. It talked about Will Levis, and I thought that he had gone to Kentucky, and it showed him, one Penn State guy getting tackled by 3 Ohio State players, was the picture on the article.
I don't know.
So
show
I
him-
didn't know.
Show us Kentucky the entire time.
Fucking local media. Jesus.
He's such a SEC fan. He doesn't even know where Will Levis.
Kentucky's really not SEC football. Let's be honest. They're basically the Indiana of the SEC. Although they had 2 decent seasons recently, right?
Not if you ask SEC fans. They're a top program.
They're not a top program, but the bottom of the SEC
Here comes
the bottom
Bud.
of the SEC
Bud.
is as good or better than the bottom of every other conference.
The bottom of the SEC is the Sun Belt Conference.
Well, I would put Kentucky up against most of the Big Ten teams. Ohio State not being one of them. Michigan not being one of them. Wisconsin now not being one of them. I'd take Kentucky over Illinois. I'd take Kentucky over Purdue,
Well,
Northwestern.
No way, Purdue. No way, Northwestern.
Come on.
Illinois, yes. Rutgers,
need-
yes.
we
Maryland,
need the Big Ten Classic every year to be Vanderbilt versus Northwestern.
They're not
Now,
even doing-
Vanderbilt, on the other hand, is terrible. They have a shining season every once in a while where they win 7 games.
They're a leap year team. Every 4 years, they win 7 games. And
Right.
Oh,
So we think Bryce Young. Is it a consensus we think Bryce Young's going to go first?
well,
him or Stroud. I mean, either way, it's
Stroud got so much flack from those bad test scores that
all right.
I think Stroud would be a better NFL quarterback in my opinion.
So Frank Reich is known for stating that he likes tall quarterbacks. He doesn't. I mean, that's the only reason I don't think that Bryce Young goes first is that Frank Reich feels like he's still the coach of the Colts, right? Or no, the Panthers. He's coach of the Panthers. Sorry,
But that's going to be a front office decision. I don't think they let the coach decide that he doesn't want Bryce Young because he's 5'10" and a half.
I disagree. I don't think you bring in a coach and then say, sorry, it's our decision on what quarterback you get.
Who marketing speak? Who's better for the organization, Stroud or Bryce Young? Marketing speak.
They want to win. I think they give a shit about marketing.
Well, I think marketing has got to be part of it because that's what pays for all that stuff.
well, Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young is better marketing in the Carolina area because it's a Southern team coming from another Southern team.
So, okay, so if Young or Stroud go first, where does the other one go? Does the other one go to Indianapolis at 4?
So you got Texas at 2, right?
Texas at 2, Arizona at
Yeah.
3, Indy at 4.
Texas will probably screw it up and not take a quarterback, even though they should. So who was 3 again? 3 is
Indianapolis or Arizona, yeah. They need a quarterback. They just don't know it yet.
so whoever doesn't get picked 1
Probably goes 2.
2nd or 4. Yeah.
Because you think Anderson's going to go 3.
No. I think no, because Texas should draft a quarterback, but they probably won't because they'll screw it up. The Cardinals are not drafting a quarterback.
Even though they
Right.
should, because there's an asshole.
And then you're at Indianapolis who needs a quarterback. So that's why if either Young or Stroud is going 1, and then either Young or Stroud, if Young, let's say Young is first and Texas takes something other than a quarterback, then Stroud goes 4 to the Colts.
So who do you think goes 3 to Arizona? Will Anderson?
They're not taking a quarterback.
Will Anderson's a linebacker.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Will Anderson, yeah.
Yeah.
Will Anderson or maybe Carter, is it Jalen Carter?
So there's been so much smoke about Will Levis bypassing both CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. I don't see it. He looks like, to me, it looks like another EJ Manuel, right? Big stats, big body, no real body of work to speak of.
I don't see that happening.
So what some of these guys are saying, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, Christian Gonzalez from Oregon, CJ Stroud to the Cardinals, or not to the Cardinals, to the Colts. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either. But
Stroud had that bad test score, and that's been dragging him down a little bit. Honestly, as a Buckeyes fan, I'd love to see Stroud just slip in the draft to like 15 to 20. Get a decent offensive line in front of him. I mean, he's just going to get. What's that?
He's not going to slip that far.
No, but it would be nice to see it, right? It would be nice to see him slip out of that, that bad offensive line territory where he can, actually get to play and not get killed like Joe Burrow did his first year.
We talked about it in our fantasy group, and I hadn't even thought about it, but I would love it if the Packers would take Hendon Hooker at 13, but I don't think they're going to.
Oh, so did you see the comment of why not Favre, geez, Rodgers, they asked him about he kept saying the Packers did not communicate with him. They said they did. Did you see what his excuse was at the press conference the other day?
Fucking, I hate that fucking guy.
He legit said this with a straight face because I do have a nice house, but I have poor cell phone coverage. People know that they need to FaceTime call me if they want to get a hold of me. And I didn't have any missed FaceTime calls.
So
I'm like, are you shitting me? He said that in the press conference.
Okay, listen, I got to change one of my 5 faces.
I agree. I mean, just look it up, Keith. It will enrage you. Watch I can't believe he even said it during the the New York media will never forget that. He's in a whole other world with the media right now.
Well, he'll be in Minnesota next year anyway.
Dude, and when they're 4-6 and he's blaming everybody but himself, you watch what the New York media does to him.
Hey, like I said, they're paying $50 million to have the same record as the Browns next year.
Yeah. Right. And if I said it in the fantasy group, it's the Packers are saving $50 million and still not going to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
Packers haven't won a playoff game in how long?
So the Packers?
So now they're going to have like the Cincinnati Reds payroll. I looked at, there was something I saw that they had proposed this, and the Packers payroll is like $600,000 with the money that they're with everything that they had to, or that they sent with Rodgers, and all the compensation that they get back. Their effective payroll is.
Did you see what Rodgers gets paid next year, 2024?
No.
Is it 60? $107 million.
Good. I'm so fucking glad.
Yep. All right. Well, that concludes this portion of NFL talk.
Yeah.
So awful.
107 million.
How does that count towards the cap? Does the full 107 count or go against the cap then?
I think so. I think it's I don't know, percentage maybe. I don't know.
I don't remember where it was that I saw it. I wish I could find it, but it was like with them send the money that they were sending when they trade him, and it was all kinds of different things that they have just like nothing. They're not spending anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the things I put on the show sheet here was
show sheet. We do that.
What kinds of things do you do that make you feel like an adult, like adulting?
I make my house payment. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't do that. So this week, I don't. I
feel like Bert and I's list is going to be a lot longer than Keith's.
Right. Well, so this week I had to stop and get gas in my car, and I just popped the nozzle in and I filled the car up. 2 years ago, I would have never considered doing that.
You'd have been like, I got $8.
No,
Click,
for a long
click.
time I was putting $30. I would always put $30 in my car. And when gas prices went up, $30 obviously didn't go quite as far. But like the other day, it was like it clicked to me that it's like this is what it's like to be an adult. You just put gas in your car and fill it up. And I don't know how long you guys have been doing that, but I have not been doing it for very long.
Gosh.
So
Like there have been times that Heather's like, I don't understand why you only put $30 in gas in the car.
It gets you like an eighth of a tank right now.
Right.
So the other day, my kids were talking to me, and we were just chatting, and I telling them where I grew up, which is Inglewood, California. The
Up to
hood,
no good.
right, up to no good in Inglewood. And my kids are like, "So you grew up in the hood?" I said, "Yeah, it was rough, but adulthood is worse than the hood, right? Nobody wants to live in adulthood."
Is that a dad joke you dropped on him?
That's an old, yeah.
Well, I've always explained being an adult is slowly being eased into a management position you didn't want.
That was this week for me, but yeah. Good God.
That's like Jim at that car dealership now. We weren't working together, but we would hang out and he's like, "Oh, they're doing something over at the car dealership." I'm like, "You watch, about 6 months from now, you're going to be running their service department over there." He's like, "No, I'm not going to do that." I think the first time it was they're managing properties. I was like, "You're going to be managing all those properties for him." He's like, "No." And then he's managing the properties. And then he's like, "I'm not going to run that dealership." I was like, "Yeah, you are." I think in between that was when you said you weren't going to be in charge of getting that restaurant built.
Well, technically,
then,
I wasn't in charge.
And then I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I got to meet with the people about getting the restaurant built."
I was one of 3 people that got the restaurant built. Yeah. Yeah. It was
Well, the one guy that was getting the restaurant built, all I ever saw him do was messing with coffee beans. That's the only thing he ever did was mess with coffee roasters.
What's his name? Serge. Just seems like a Surge kind of thing to do.
Surge. It was a white dude with cornrows and Birkenstocks.
Oh, Ray.
He drove a Volvo with a ski rack on it.
And then you had to build. You got that trailer built. That concession trailer. They put $100,000 into building a prototype concession trailer.
Yeah.
And then they were going to sell a bunch of them, never ended up selling any of them. Stripped all the shit out of them for building the restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
So you pay the mortgage payment. What else do you do that it's like, because you guys remember the day where you would go to the gas station and it'd be like, "I'm going to put $20 in." Or for me, it was 30. For me, it was $30 for a real long time. Like I put $30 in gas in my car longer than I was married to 2 different people.
I think when I wrote the check for the HVAC 2 weeks ago, I think it's been 2 weeks, and I was like, "Well, that's cool." It was. I'm like $9,100 gone, but that's what we saved it for, right?
Yeah,
felt like an adult with that.
Well, another thing that I do that is adulting, so to speak, is I pick up the check when we go to restaurants.
Yeah.
Bert's always done that. Bert,
we fight over it.
Yeah, ever since I met Bert, he's been a pick up the check kind of guy. And then the opposite of Jim goes to the bathroom right before the check comes out and hopes you pick it up.
Sure.
Yeah. He's like, "We're going to have this on 1. I got to run to the bathroom real quick."
Hang on, I got to respond to this message from work. Hang on a second.
He's like, "We're going to split the checks and I didn't touch any of that appetizer."
Gets his tip calculator out and his monocle.
All right, sorry about that. I had to
No problem.
work situation.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Or do you
Yeah,
have to close the muffin shop?
yeah, right. Nope, we're good.
Alex causing trouble. Does he still work for you?
Yeah, he's meeting us at B-Dubs tonight.
But he can't join the podcast, that fucker.
We said I'm going home to take a nap before I go to the.
Isn't he like 20 something, like 22 or something like that? Young kid.
22. Yeah, 22. Yeah.
I don't think I took a nap in my 20s.
Mm,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure,
Do you
sure
take naps, Jim?
No, I'm an adult.
I take naps. Shit. On conference calls, I just put my headphones on, listen for my name, turn off the camera, and I'm like,
Or on Saturdays, because he's like, I've been up since 11:30 this morning. I think I'm gonna lay down before
Bert?
dinner at 5.
Talking about the Bert Cosby over there.
I wear a sweater. Got my hoodie on today.
Oh, okay.
8 Mile.
Right.
He did grow up in Englewood. That hood on.
He's like Eminem, but we can call him B&B.
Got my B.
Oh, mercy. Anybody gonna put anything else on the show sheet next week? No?
What's the show sheet?
Yeah, what it was that?
Huh?
Like the WNBA?
So what was the Packers' effective payroll right now?
$701,000 is their effective payroll.
That's the payroll of the LA Sparks of the WNBA right now. It's
because I think they sent a bunch of bad money off with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah. Well, sending Aaron Rodgers off was all the bad money they needed to send off.
A lot, yeah.
He is such a negative. I mean, how many receivers were like, I don't really want to play with him? You know, I'm sure there's plenty of players that were just like, that guy's a dick. I don't want to play. I don't play with Aaron Rodgers.
According to him, all his teammates love him.
Right. And
Just
he's never thrown a bad pass.
Ownership was the problem.
Ownership and cell service.
Yeah, because they couldn't FaceTime him.
Not ownership. It's not ownership. It's management because the Packers don't have an owner.
Yeah, they're publicly traded. They're the only publicly traded team out there.
Yeah, they're publicly traded, but you can't sell your stock.
Yeah, you can't buy anything. You can't
buy or sell your stock.
Yeah. So they do a fake stock option every other year where they basically sell shares to the Green Bay Packers, but it's not the actual team. You buy these fictitious. It's basically the Bitcoin of the NFL.
Really?
So yeah,
I always wondered what the.
Go ahead.
So if they don't have an owner, who gets to make all the decisions?
It's like a board of directors, I would assume.
Maybe. I don't know.
How do you get to be part of that board of directors? That'd be fun.
I don't know.
That seems like something you would do, Keith. Like just randomly show up on the board of directors of the Packers.
I want to buy stock. I want to buy a share of stock and then show up at the meeting and be like, listen, I know I only own 1/800,000th of this team, but this is what I think.
Well, the Commanders are still for sale. The deal did not go through yet for $6 billion. There is another buyer that's looking at it, and they're talking about $7 billion for the Commanders.
God, I don't think I can cover that.
What did Jerry Jones buy the Cowboys for? Like 20 million or 100 million? And now they're worth about, I don't know, if the Commanders are worth 6 or 7 billion, the Cowboys are worth 20 billion.
Yeah.
I mean,
140 million in 1989.
140 million.
That wouldn't even make you a minority investor in a team these days.
Yeah, and but Jerry Jones is a white guy. He wouldn't be a minority investor anywhere. He's an old white dude. So the franchise was losing $1 million a month when he bought it.
$1 million a month? The
Cowboys? He bought the Cowboys from H.R. Bum Bright for a record 140 million in 1989 when the franchise was losing $1 million a month.
So most big sports franchises lose money. They don't actually make money. Where you make your money as an owner is when you sell. Like, what is it? Donald Sterling, who owned the LA Clippers, bought it for like $40 million or $30 million and then sold it to Steve Ballmer for just about $2 billion. So the money's made at the end of the deal. And now the NFL is a little different where they're actually paying the owners. Now they used to not get paid, but now basically they got the salary cap so screwed down that they can't help but make money.
Yeah.
So he bought the Cowboys and Texas Stadium for $150 million. He's since turned the Cowboys into the NFL's most valuable brand. Last year, Forbes valued the Cowboys at $6.5 billion. And that was in May of 2022. So that was 2 years ago they were valued at that.
And he spent what, $2.2 billion on Jerry World, putting that dome up?
That I do not know.
All I know is that it cost them $20 million each time they moved the big Jumbotron in the middle. Like if they raise it up for a concert, it's $20 million.
What?
Yeah.
How much electric does that use?
That can't be right.
Now
that can't be right.
Cannot be right. It's just
how much does it cost to raise the Jumbotron in Dallas Cowboy Stadium?
Push a button and it lifts up. What the heck are they doing that costs $20 million to move a Jumbotron?
Let's see.
Live fact checking, everybody.
Live fact checking. Well, I don't have my computer in front of me, so I can't do it as quickly as I usually do.
Keith's got 3 screens. Come on, Keith.
I got screens everywhere.
Yeah, but it doesn't use them.
I'm using them. The Jumbotron cost $40 million.
Where did you get this figure from, Bert?
He just fucking made it up.
I mean, you're just throwing stuff out.
He sounds like from Austin Powers. $100 million.
Okay. Cost to move the Dallas Cowboys video board will cost at least $2 million. Not 20. Sorry, $2 million.
Yeah, that's to move it. That is to permanently move it.
Yeah, that's
because they were worried about them kicking footballs into it. So they were going to raise it, and it would cost $2 million to raise it permanently.
I was watching a Cowboys game on Thanksgiving, and U2 was coming in to do a concert. They had to raise it up, and it was going to cost them $2 million to do that. And then they had to put it back. So I think to move it up
$20 million.
I don't remember. I was making that shit up. I don't know.
That was like an invoice that Keith would send to them for going there and pushing a button to lift the 20 mil.
I know I did send a client an invoice for $625 because they had a breaker tripped.
Oh, God.
Listen, if you can't get in the box and go click, you deserve to pay $625.
That is going to come back and haunt you one day, Keith.
Why is that?
They start auditing any of these invoices you send and like call the customer like, well, what did he do while he was there? He flipped a breaker.
Really? Customer wasn't there.
There is a guy, a handyman out of Minnesota. He's on YouTube and he's got 2 channels. One is his finances and one what he does. And he makes ridiculous, like $1,000 to $2,000 a day, just going around doing like fixing breakers, just clicking the breaker back over. He rakes in good money. There's nobody who's got the skills. My neighbor who works at I think it's a chicken farm. I don't know, he has eggs, but couldn't install a microwave. Couldn't install
that on his counter and plug it in.
No. It was
above
the stove,
above the range.
Oh yeah.
But install a microwave. I drilled 4 holes, put 4 screws. I had to take an old cabinet out, right? It's an old IKEA cabinet. I had to take that
sounds
out.
like a lot of work.
It was like 45 minutes.
Old IKEA cap. So there was like 97 Allen screws you had to take out.
Well, it's just 4 screws in the back of it. And it goes into
7 Allen screws.
That IKEA furniture is really into Allen head bolts and
yeah. If IKEA did houses like they did at Sears, You remember when you've got a Sears house,
I
Bert.
live in a Sears house. Yeah.
If IKEA had a Sears house, it would come in a box about the size of an 18-pack of Coronas, and drywall and all.
It would lean when the wind blew. If you breathed on it hard.
You have a Sears house, one of those kit houses?
I have the Fullerton. That's right. The Fullerton.
Yeah,
And
like that whole street that he lives on is all Sears houses.
Really?
so I looked at the original catalog price of my house. It was $2,200. It was one of the cheaper ones. And then you could spend $129 and you could get white oak throughout the entire house. Those fuckers did not spend the $129. I got pine. I got California white pine all over my house.
2,200 was just for the plans, right?
No. That was
for the kit.
They dropped it off in your lot, and then you hired a local builder to put it up.
For $2,200? I assumed that was the plans and the material list. Like, here's what all you need to go buy.
That's 11 2x4s right now, but yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, the whole house was delivered on off a truck. They dropped it off, and then you hired a local builder. And a lot of this stuff was pre-cut. Like all the stuff that required precise measurement was already pre-cut. All the stair tread pre-cut. I want to say all the trim was pre-cut too, and it was labeled like an IKEA box.
Gosh. Hopefully it was labeled right. Sometimes they get them stickers mixed up. They fall off a piece in the box.
There's a couple spots where the trim's a little short.
Yeah.
That's because they put B instead. It was supposed to be B.
Yeah. So Menards, up until a few years ago, actually still did the kit homes you could buy. And like what would
$2,200?
Yeah, they were 22. Hey, but when his house was built, what was a typical house costing?
Oh, I'm sure it was probably about $3,000. My house is from 1912.
Right. So
yeah, you can go to Home Depot and buy a 40 by 60 by 20 house for $81,000. You got to put it together.
Right. Menards was building houses or selling the house kits, and they were like $58,000. And the comparable home was like $150,000. But once they deliver it, you've got to have it assembled, and assembly is where it starts getting expensive.
Unless you know where the Lowe's is, you can hire day laborers.
Well, that's a good point.
Just got to learn.
I could hire Shane to build my house 3 hours at a time for $35 a ton.
Bueno day labor? It's Bueno day labor? You could have Beyond dancing in front of it, earning some extra cash.
Yep, I could do that.
Has he requested any more money lately? Hold on. While you're looking that up, I'm going to look to see if I've got any requests. That was Cash App, right?
Yeah, it's Cash App.
You hired him for anything recently?
I got a blue dot. No. Let's see what I got. Wood Geeks request $50.
Is that him?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. When was that?
We're just going to go. That was April 4th. We're just going to go ahead and decline that.
Well, the thing is now that you've declined it, it probably notified him that you declined it.
I'll get another one before the end of the show.
Negotiate. How about 35?
How about I show you my butthole?
Should I send him the link?
No. Not. Please.
Bird, have you avoided sending the links to everyone in Lancaster?
I'm not sending that out anymore. That did not go well.
No, it did not.
That one girl did good.
Haley is cute. Yeah, I get it.
The whole thing was just so disruptive. Keith was in the middle of a story that you had to go back to it.
Right.
I thought you were going to edit that out. And then I listened to the one. I'm like,
no, but did you that part that I said that I was going to edit and make it flawless? You didn't even catch that I made it flawless. I'm gonna have to edit this to make it flawless too.
Lawless, yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, it was.
So who all's going tonight? You, Nate,
Alex and his brother.
Yeah, I don't have time to get up there.
Well, John and Aaron live up here. Then they never even responded.
I think we have got to do a destination draft.
Yeah.
It will never happen.
Why won't it happen?
It
We can do a
will
restaurant.
never happen. Nobody's going to show up. Keith
Well,
would barely get everybody.
Fuck them. Let them zoom in. If they want to zoom in, they can zoom in. If they don't, they don't.
We should do it from Put in Bay, and if they don't come, they don't come. Who cares?
How about we baby step this and get it switched to a Saturday first?
That's what we're doing this
step
year. We're doing it
one.
on a Saturday at Dean's house, whether he's on board or not.
I
As
get
far
the
as I know,
bathroom.
the glass windows are breakable. So
And we trying to do it on when we should. The Saturday of Labor Day weekend is like
that
act of
may
Congress.
you may have a trouble with that. So
Yeah, it's why we've had trouble with it before, and then that's when we should do it, but we don't, and then so it ends up being on, or even the Sunday of Labor Day weekend. Everybody's off Monday, but
We can do it Monday of Labor Day weekend. Who cares?
we can't get no. It'll never work.
well, some of us have jobs that we have to work on Labor Day.
Sure, you do.
No.
So
I'm just saying some of us do.
So
I'm not one of those us, but some of us do.
I say that if you can't make the draft, your draft pick goes to the back of the first round. You have to be there, or you're picking 10th or 9th
Or 8th.
or
Look,
7th. Why not 6th?
yeah, that'll never work.
It will work.
It You got to incentivize people.
It needs to be, instead of it being a big democracy that you have, it needs to be a benevolent dictatorship. You decide what's going to happen, and if you don't do this, then this is how we handle it.
Jim Tanistan.
Right.
Rule with an iron fist.
Yeah, that's great. In fantasy football, we pay $20 to get into. If you're
Well,
not,
we're going to pay more this year.
Is
You're
it
not
25 this year?
What's that?
Is it 25 this year?
I think he said it was going up more than that because they're paying
I
weekly.
want to do some weekly payouts.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? It's 20 for the year, or 25, whatever the yearly is, right? All right. So we do that. And then if you show up to the draft, you get a discount of like $5 or something like that. Some of those cheap bastards would do that. They'd be like, oh shit.
We're going to be like $100 buy-in, and then we'll pay out weekly.
I'm down.
Oh, good luck getting that paid.
No, I put that in. Everybody was down for it. They all said that.
Well, yeah, Nate's going to have you pay it.
$100 plus tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
So Jim pays $200 this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Team Friel.
Team.
He's amped up. I had to activate the league for him a couple weeks ago because he wanted to see what his team was, but I'm like, it's not on there. You have to. ESPN's weird. Like, you can activate the league, but you can't see anything unless you're on a computer. When
You
you're
can
on
go
a-
to
You
history,
can't
yeah.
see the previous seasons unless you're on a computer.
It's weird. I don't understand. You can see your history, but you can't see your roster or
Right.
anything.
Why is he so worked up about it already
He was just wanting to look at his
in
roster
April?
last year. He's into it, man. He's the champ now. He's really going to
Yeah, we're never going to fucking hear the end of that.
give him credit. I mean, he came in, what was his second year?
He made the title game his second year, I think.
Maybe this is his third year.
This is his third or fourth year.
This will be his third, right?
I don't think so. I think this will be his fourth.
All I know is he's got more playoff wins than Bert. And Bert's been in the league since year one.
No, I have not. I was year 3, and I've got
Year
like
2.
I was I'm pretty sure 3. And by the way, I think I've got like 3 or 4 playoff wins. I made a title game once.
You made a title game?
Yes.
He made a title game. Yeah.
That was the year I ruined yours and Nate's season. Like
back-to-back weeks.
I tripped into the playoffs by scoring just like, I would think it was like 1.9 points or something like that. Got me to the playoffs. So that's how I got past Nate. And then the next year I beat you. And that's where I was like, I want to change my team name to Nate's mom because I was ruining Friel's. And then I think I won the next game too, and then I lost in the title game.
Yeah, you lost to Dean in a championship game.
What, you went on a little heater there, Bert. I don't remember that.
Yep. Lost to Dean the Machine.
Wow.
Dr. Dean.
Right.
So Dean's lost 2 championships then. So is that who Nate beat this year?
That's who Nate beat, yeah.
And then no, Dean beat you, Bert.
Yeah,
right?
Dean beat me. I didn't win it.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh Lord, I'd still be wearing that championship belt everywhere, like Hardee's. I'd be like,
You walk in the office with it on. It's okay. Just my championship belt.
Yeah.
me and Jordan winning titles.
Yeah, it's nice to be a champ. Keith doesn't know what that feels like. Same as you, Bert. You and Keith have the same amount of championships in fantasy football.
Oh, he's holding it back too.
If he wants to claim that pre-NFL merger championship, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All it was a
Brown.
pre-expansion. You don't reset all the championships after every expansion.
Whatever, Central Florida.
Yeah, go ahead, Cleveland Browns.
All right.
All right.
I went and looked at I traded all those players this year, right? Stack draft picks. And then if it wasn't I would have been in the championship game.
I told you not to do that.
Right. But the thing is I would have lost the championship game to Nate anyway.
You don't know once you
everything still happened. Everything happened outside of what we did.
Oh, you traded players.
Right. I did
players off your roster. You can't say the same thing happened.
What I'm saying is the same. If I had not traded those players and had them in my roster, they would have still had the exact same number of points, right?
How do you know that?
Because they played their playing the game had nothing to do with what I did.
They weren't on your team as well.
I think I have your second.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Travis Kelce was not on my team at the end of the season, but he would have scored the same number of points whether he was on my team or somebody else's team, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if I took all the players that I traded away and put them in my roster the way I would have rostered them for those games, I would have still lost the championship game.
So you have taken the time to go through all the players you traded away, tally up their points, add them, the difference of what they would have scored versus the players they were on for all the games that they were not on your team. And
just the playoff games.
Okay.
I did it for the playoff games, and I would have, I don't remember who I lost to in the first round, but I would have beat them. I would have beat Dean, and then I would have still lost to Nate in the championship game.
This must be what it's like to not have a job.
I get. He's telling me this, and I'm thinking, what the hell are you talking about? How do you know? Oh, because I sat down.
Well, no, the thing is I did it as the season was going because I was sick going into the championship weekend, knowing that I was supposed to be in that game. Had I not done the things that I did. So I was glad Nate won because I would have been furious had Dean won, knowing that I would have beat him.
Never bail out on your team as early as you did.
Well,
fantasy.
We're going to see what happens this year. I've got picks stacked, so we're going to see what happens this year.
I was close after I traded Nick Chubb away, and then all of a sudden,
I went on a heater after I traded my players away and won 3 straight games.
So, did we finish the adulting thing?
I don't know. Did you guys tell any of the things that you do? Other than pay mortgage and car payments and electric bills?
I have 54 mortgage payments left. That's all I have.
Nice.
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. I don't even know where we keep our money. We keep our money in the bank. I don't even know which bank it is. I don't know how much money we have. I couldn't even ballpark it.
It's in the mattress.
Right.
Heather doesn't trust banks.
I do know that she puts our savings account. She drew all of our money out of our savings account and put it in PayPal. because PayPal gives like 6% interest on savings accounts. She
What?
made she made
That don't sound right.
I think it. I don't know. I don't know shit about money. I know that she last year what she kept in our savings account, she got like $2 in interest. The first month she put it in PayPal, she got like $47 in interest.
So PayPal's 4.15% APR.
4.15%.
Yep.
And we were getting like 0.2% from our bank. And they said if we kept, like, if we increased it, if we put like 10,000 more in savings, they would bump it up to 0.5%. So she drew a massive amount out and put it in PayPal savings. Are you trying to figure out how to hack our PayPal to steal our money, Jim?
No.
I can't believe he's reading them. We're gonna give this a try because I'm sick.
What was
What
that?
in the hell?
I was trying to log out of shoot.
Did you put our pop quiz together of computer terminology?
No, I didn't.
We work, Keith.
Huh?
We work during the
Bert
week.
on the last thing said, I'm going to put together 10 questions for you guys next week. Be prepared. And I'm prepared.
I was drunk, whatever.
All right, so
I was trying to log into TikTok so I could go do a TikTok live while we were doing this, but I forgot we don't have enough subscribers yet.
You don't have enough subscribers to do live TikToks.
You need 1,000 subscribers.
Another day, another story.
Here, I'll do. Yeah, I could do it with my account. There we go. Let's flip this around. All right, we're gonna go live. Maybe we can get some subscribers here.
We're live.
This is not the content that they want. Us just go. Not... They can't hear it, Bert.
I'm gonna fix it. See, now I can hear you.
Fucking idiot.
Keith is very aggressive.
Like, you know how this works, Keith. Come on.
I do know when I have my earbuds in my ears and Heather comes down here, she can't hear you guys. She only hears me. So she only 1/3 of the shit that is said that's awful on this show does she get to experience in person.
You're very aggressive.
All right, we are live with the Triple S podcast here I'm in Lancaster, Ohio. Keith is in Canal Winchester, and Jim is in, I don't know, some shitty little town.
Some town up north.
Some town up north. New Holland. New Fraser. What is it again?
Mount Vernon.
Howard.
Mount Vernon, that's it.
Well, actually, yeah, technically. Yeah, let's just go with Mount Vernon.
Jim's in Mount Pilot. All right. So we are the Triple S podcast. I'm Bert. You see me waving like an idiot. There's Keith. He's homeless. And then there's Jim at the bottom. For some reason, he's a Steelers fan.
Yes.
We've got a bunch of people on the live already. Like, we've got more people on the live. People are loving the live right now.
Yeah.
We've got 17 likes, 47 likes. Holy shit. We're actually doing, so come check
This is the first time for me that going viral is a good thing.
He just went viral many times, just not in the way that you want, mostly with Valtrex and penicillin.
Going viral is usually very itchy for me.
Yeah, it's poison ivy, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's
We've got 167 likes on our live already. We've got, I don't know, I can't tell how many people are on the live. We got at least
3.
At least 3. Oh, we're dropping people already.
Dropping like flies.
If you want a sarcasm sporty experience, go to the Triple S, TRIPLE, no 2 P's, I spelled it wrong. Triple S podcast. We're on TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, I don't know.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Grinder. Keith is on Grinder. You'll find him
on Grinder, yeah. KHume17.
KHume17 on Grinder, and just swipe right. You'll be fine. We've got a unit. Somebody sent us a universe. Isaiah Keown.
The hell is a universe?
I don't know. Oh, we got a double live right now. We got a double live. A double live. It's a double live. right now. So Keith is checking us out.
Cause a black hole in the internet
Keith
universe.
Humans joined. Keith, you liked our live. All right. So
Are you playing online poker? Look how you just keep tapping the.
yeah.
Oh
We've got
no, I sent
242
89 likes.
89 likes. All right.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna follow.
That's all the feel. It just says Keith Hume liked live.
Right.
Follow and host.
Keith likes
You
things.
are
Does it show?
following me? Wait, hold on.
I just followed you.
Yeah, now I've been on TikTok for like 2 years, you asshole. Hell. Yeah, this might be the last episode of the Triple F podcast. We got somebody who wants to join us. Wait, oh, doggone it.
How do I join us?
Do you have 1,000 subscribers on TikTok?
Fuck no, I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I've only got
Those of us
me.
are in the 2,000 range, up here.
I can't join you if I don't have 1,000 subscribers.
Oh.
Why would you want to join it when you're in the?
That's true.
What the hell?
I'm trying to join something I'm already in.
Right. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm going to join this so I can see and hear what's going on.
Keith has 46 followers and he follows 114.
Don't go and look at those.
Yeah.
I did have an actual local porn star that wanted to join our podcast.
Oh
Which
my
also
God.
wanted to get paid
So
for.
Bert sends me this message earlier in the week, right? I thought he sent it to both of us. He just sent it to me.
Well, I
Hold
wanted
on.
to surprise Jim.
So he says 10:32 a.m. on Monday. So this is what I wake up to, right? Any interest?
When you wake up.
He wakes up to.
I'm joking. Any interest in having a local OnlyFans chick on the podcast?
Oh my gosh.
So and he
Oh.
sends me. So what he does is he sends me her Twitter account, right? So I go to look at her. I pop open her Twitter account because I'm not a monster. Of course, I'm going to look at it, right?
This is great with your phone right in front of the camera the whole time you're telling.
Sorry.
You can hold it to the side. It's
So
easy.
Or down lower. Oh my gosh.
not now. So here she is, right?
Oh,
right.
Can we show that?
I would
I
not.
don't know.
You're going to need to edit this out now.
I
that
may
we're
edit
live.
that out.
We're live. Keith. Oh my God.
We're not. We're not that live. We're only a little live. Media.
Only a little live.
Put
It's
your
like
phone
80
down and
plus.
talk.
Hold on. I'll find a better picture.
Just, we got
So,
it. Okay.
so the point is,
Tell the story.
my response to Bert was, I don't think we can adjust the Zoom window enough to fit her in.
She's a bit of a big girl, yes.
A bit of a big girl?
Well, she's only local because she's so big.
Well, yeah, she's local to everywhere.
I would vote absolutely no on that one.
Bert's already sent her the link.
I did not send her the link. He wanted to get paid to join us, and I'm like, "You're not dancing around a pole, honey."
Are you shitting me? She couldn't dance around a pole. She'd have to dance around a light pole to keep it from coming down.
If you hear that, we're referring to Lauren Lincoln, by the way.
Oh,
No, Lauren Lincoln.
Yeah, not.
She wanted to be paid in what?
Bitcoin.
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
Gift certificates to Rodizio Grill.
Oh, have you been to Rodizio?
We had a whole conversation about this.
No,
yes.
we had a well, I had never been there. I had been to Texas Day, Brazil.
Keith, we had a whole thing. You maybe just slow down on the alcohol every episode.
I've had 2 beers.
I'm saying maybe it was the drunk episode.
No. I remember I have been to Texas Day, Brazil, but I had never been to Rodizio. So we went to Rodizio, maybe it was last week or the week before. I'm not sure. We went
Valentine's Day.
No, that was Texas Day, Brazil.
The name of this episode is going to be Angry Keith.
We have 449 likes, by the way, on this.
How many of them? I have only sent 89 of them. So, but we went to Rodizio, I think it was last week, and it was not great. It was okay, but it wasn't great. I like Texas Day Brazil better.
A place that just gives you unlimited meat, you had a problem with.
Shockingly, right?
Oh, I've never seen Keith complain about unlimited meat before. Not even at the glory hole.
At
Except when
home
he had to do that
or
double shift.
public or private.
I fired off the grill for the first time this season yesterday. Made cheeseburgers on the grill, and the prevailing opinion was I need a new grill.
Oh,
my grill is wore the F out. It's been
flat
moved.
top? Flat top?
No. My charcoal grill. So I had that charcoal grill when I lived in New Albany. Then I moved it to Grove City. And then I moved it to the other house in Grove City.
Why
And then
are you saying cities? Why don't you just say ex-spouses?
Well,
You're
because
that way.
Wait a minute. You lost me with the second house in Grove City.
okay, so I lived with Shelly in New Albany.
Yeah.
Then we moved to the apartment in Grove City. And then we bought the house in Grove City.
I don't think I was ever at the apartment. Was
You
I at
weren't. No, it was the same apartment complex at the one that I hit Kyle in the face with a football.
Okay.
Same apartment complex, but different building.
Okay.
Then I moved to Shelly's house.
Yeah.
And then I moved in with you.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Circleville. And then yeah, I lived in Circleville for almost a year.
Did you live with Jim long enough to be common law married?
No, I think I moved out shortly before that.
I
changed my relationship status to in a relationship, but I changed it to in a complicated relationship.
That's every time you move in anywhere, Keith. You get a complicated relationship.
What
is what we like to call a hobosexual.
Right. What do you think that the combined amount of time is that you have lived in the last, let's say, 10 years, that you have lived in your own place? Like your own place. Like combined.
Like my very own place?
Yes.
4
months?
No.
5 months?
I lived in my apartment in Grove City for a year. I lived in the apartment in Hilliard for a year.
Without, let me preface this, without moving in a girl.
Oh, that's hard. That's a lot harder question to answer. Well, how do you define moving in? Do you define moving in like lesbians where they just like they live there?
Yes, because that's how you do it. You have lesbian relationships where
the second date is renting a U-Haul together.
Yes.
Oh God.
So, yeah, with that
I said something to Jim one time and he was like, "Oh, that's even fast for lesbians."
So with that stipulation, what do you think that combined?
Oh, my place in Hilliard, I was there for quite a while by myself.
Was that the place
you were in Circleville by yourself for a little while?
I was in Circleville for almost a year by myself.
That was almost a year.
What
do you consider almost a year? Because
I moved
8 months.
I moved in July and I moved out in May.
Okay. 10 months. 9 or 10 months.
Right.
All right. So let's call it 10. Let's call that 10 months. Okay.
Right. And then
you were not in Hilliard very long before you were down by Kimball Midwest, right? Kind of.
Right. I was there for 9 months and then I moved in with Shelly. Okay. And then I was in Grove City for a year prior to that, but Hannah was in and out of there.
So you can't count that. So 19 months and 10 years, you've had your own place.
Yeah. Are you not counting the time that I lived with you as being my own place?
No, that doesn't count. I still have in my phone, I have a great picture of Keith on my couch.
Sleeping.
Broad daylight, passed out, snoring. I should have took video.
Well, that was when single Keith's hours were weird.
You were running hard. You were wide open. You were up here driving to Columbus. You were giving that Chevy Avalanche all it could handle.
That was when I was driving. I was living between Mount Vernon and Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Did you need both heroin and crack? What was that?
Thing was bald tires. Every ball joint and suspension part rattled and was cracked, and he just hammered it down.
Hammered down.
I say bald tires, I mean
like the inside of them look like racing slicks, and the outside of them look like 4x4 tires.
Like I was expecting a call from him, like I blew out my tire on the freeway.
The girls at Portsmouth, they don't care. They don't.
What were you doing in Portsmouth? Oh, we lost Bert.
Bert's battery must have gone dead on his phone or on his laptop.
What were you doing in Portsmouth?
Remember, I was dating the teacher down there.
I don't remember that at all.
We went to Twilight. That's where she lived, remember?
I remember the name now, but I had no
like we went to lunch. We went out to lunch.
Shane, I need 3,005.
The $3.50 is what that says.
So my laptop died.
That's
and
what
finally,
we thought.
Yep. That's all right.
We're good. We were
no.
We're discussing that I completely forgot that Keith dated a someone that lived in Portsmouth named Twilight.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot about. I don't remember. I met her.
Yeah, we went out. Where did we go?
I don't remember that at all.
We went out like it wasn't. I don't remember. We went out to dinner somewhere.
You lived with her too, didn't you?
No.
Oh,
no. That's when I moved to Circleville.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because I was in Charleston for that project that I was down there working on. The project that was going to take a month and a half that I lived down there for almost a year.
When he was installing CCTV cameras and he didn't even know how to terminate an Ethernet cable.
I don't even know what you're talking. I still don't know how to terminate. I've got all the equipment to do it. I don't even know. I wouldn't you couldn't get me. I'd have to Google it right now. So I could buy the cable that I ran for my computer. I could either buy the patch cable already put together and it was like $60, or I could have bought the cabling and the ends for like $7.50. Which one do you think I did?
A patch cable
show you
should only be a couple bucks.
Well, no, this is a 50-footer or 80-footer or something like that. I know how much it should be, and I know how much it would cost for me to do it by myself, and I know how much I paid Amazon to deliver it to me ready to go.
How far did you run this cable? Where's your cable box?
So you've been to my house.
Yeah.
So the router is upstairs in the living room. Okay. And my computer is in the opposite side of the house, down one level. So I went down through the wall, through the crawl space, over the ceiling, down the wall. It looks like the car dealership does. I got a cable running down the wall. They built the car dealership and then didn't put any of the boxes in. So now they got all the cables running down the walls. At your car dealership. Or did they get that fixed?
Yeah, there's no cables running down the wall.
I thought they had all they'd done it all and not put the boxes in. So they had to run the cables along the floor and down the wall.
No. Where you saw that? Maybe upstairs.
All right. Thank you for listening. Our next podcast is going to drop next Tuesday. For more content, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Tweaker, TikTok, Twitter. The links can be found in the podcast description. If you'd like to leave a message, you can go to anchor.fm/SSS-pod. We'll play the best ones on the show. For Keith, Jim, Bert, and Little Nate.
Little Nate.
Little Nate. He's absolutely the biggest person.
Yeah.
The champ.
Little Nate Ceiling.
See you guys.
We're out. See ya.
Duty.